Yeah, welcome to this video. So now we are going to see about basics of computer design and manufacturing. So before into this video, all of you are request to subscribe my channel and press the bell buttons. So myself is Mount Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, KONGUNADU College of Engineering Technology, TRICHY, Tamil Nadu, India. So now we are going to see about basics of computer design and computer manufacturing. Okay. So what are the things we have to discuss in these videos is the first one is product cycle, and second one is CAD system architecture and computer graphics, then coordinate systems and line drawings and introduction about CAD and CAM and manufacturing models of CAD CAM concept, and also we see the types of production as well as mathematical models of production performance. Okay. So first, I have to know about basics of product cycle. So product cycle means it is one of the cycle that goes from the development to retirement of the product cycle is called as product life cycle. That is the product which will be started period to ending period. That is called product cycle. So product cycle starts with the developing of product concept and also evolving the designs and engineering the product manufacturing part as well as marketing and servicing. All the details comes into the category of product cycle. So A to Z, that is product starting stage to product ending stage, is called as product cycle. Okay. So normally the product cycle is undergoes two main purpose, that is design process and manufacturing process is taken care of that. This is a product cycle flowchart. So in design process, first you have to identify the recognition of need. Then you have to start the design specification. Then you have to study the feasibility of products. So that will be very essential requirements. Okay. Then if you are process a design stage assessment, then you have to go for CAD stage, that is computer design. So here you have to generate the new concept and then you have to create the analytical models as well as. Okay. So once the CAD is over means then you have to implement the CAM, that is called computer manufacturing. So computer manufacturing, first you have to implement the process planning, then you have to implement the production planning. In that production planning you have to focusing on new tool usages as well as material handling, uh, and then to add on that CNC programming also, because in the industries they are using older machines, you have to configure the machines, so you have to change the programs. Then once the production planning is over means you can enter into the production. The once one batch of production is over means you have to check the quality level of product. So once it will pass the quality level means then go for testing. Then finally it will be a packed product, then it will be goes to the shipping, then shipping to market. This is a product cycle. Okay. So here that we are using some designs. So normally we are following four design purposes, that is basically follow one yearly. So before that, what is meant by design process? So it is a kind of activity that needs to be a well organized and it will be should be follow into the all the influence of designs, like responsible for the success of the product under the new development. That's why we are using design process. So in simply process, these are all things we have to focus. The first thing is recognition of need. So why we are going to choose a new product? So what is the requirement of that product? That is things we have to discuss in the recognition of need. And next one is problem definition. In the problem definition, you have to give the brief explanation about existing problem and what you have to develop the new product. What problems you have to focus. So is there any issues there means you have to synthesize the problems, then you have to optimize the process, then you have to evaluate and give the presentation. That is called civil design process. There are some drawbacks are there. Then we go to the call design process. Here some brief explanations are there. For example, If you are choosing one specification means you have to focusing on upgrade development. So what is the existing specification, what specification you are following in features, or all the specification you have to order in that product. So all the details you have to mention there. So once the specification preparation is over means then you have to go to the conceptual model. So here we are using preliminary layout and secondary layout. So in preliminary layout concept we are using some memorable design and conceptual design and planning design also we are using. Next you have to go for define layout, then product documentation and solution. So first two design process are having some large times. So that also some give some brief chart about design process. So with the help of also design process you can create a number of models. So previous two models you can follow only one models only, but here we can use a number of models. So a number of models means what's the requirements you have to choose the a number of models. So first you have to create the requirements, what requirements you have to be follow. Then you have to create the model. So model 1 to n. That things you have to create. Once the model is created means then you have to go for analysis and model refinement, then planning and manufacturing, then testing. Finally, it will comes into the market. That is called also the design process. In early design process, they are following very simplest design process. That is problem identification, then preliminary ideas and problem refinement and analysis, decision making and implementation. Nowadays, most of the scientists are using this design process in that segment in problem identification. So you have to clearly identify what things you have to do. That is very, very important because you are choosing wrong idea means the product will be a failure model. So what is the existing model? So what is the existing problem? So what are the things you have to implement the new design? So how you will be implement? So what are the ideas you have in that? So how you will be rectify the problems? So then you have to detail analysis in your facilities in your segment of design. Then in your company, what are the facilities are there? So what are the requirements you have to need it? Then you have to take a decision. Then you have to implement the design. Okay. So once you are India implement the design means you need to manufacture the product. So that manufacturing we are following two type of process. One is sequential engineering and the second one is concurrent engineering. So in sequential engineering is one of the major phases of conventional manufacturing process. That is a step-by-step process we are carrying, that is called sequential engineering. Step-by-step process means one by one. So once design is over means then you go for process, then you go for manufacturing, then you go for quality, then you go for marketing. That is step-by-step process. But in concurrent engineering means we are following team approach. It is one of the methodology to restructuring the product development activities in a manufacturing organization using a cross-functional team approach. Each and every uh, stages having team approaches are there. So the product reach comes into the market very quickly as well as very high accurately. So it is one of the team approaches planning. So normally planning means you have to focus digital ideas. So you have to first you have to select the vendors, then you have to maintain the good quality, then you have to plan the production controls, then process planning, process facility planning used to be focused. Then we have to plan the human resources, then material suppliers, material quality. So these are all things you have to plan. So concurrent engineering means it is a detailed engineering. Each and every stage you have to focus lot of things, then you have to enter into the design. So the main comparison between the sequential and concurrent engineering is product development cost. So sequential engineering product development cost is very less compared to concurrent engineering because we are following only few steps. But in concurrent engineering, we are following major steps. So product development cost is very high. But number of design stages you can easily create in concurrent engineering. In sequential engineering, it is very tough. As well as the lead time for product development is very less time in sequence engineering, but in conveyor engineering it will take long time. So that approximately around 6 to 7 months are there. If you have to develop a new design means you have to study the feasibilities. It will require around 5 to 6 months. It will be required. The next customer satisfaction. So once the market is entered into the market, the customers are ready to buy the product. Then you have to collect the feedback from the customers. So that is very important. So once the customer is satisfied, means the product continuously sell in the market. Otherwise, you have to identify the fault. Then you have to go for the fault diagnosis. Then you, again you came into the market means it will be very successful product. Then you have to follow the coordination between the departments in your company, like production department, quality department, marketing department, department. You have create some standard coordination between the departments. Then only the product is very high quality one. Okay, so next we are going to see about computer aided design. So computer aided design is some kind of technology that constantly used for computer system to assist the creation and modification and analysis and optimization of new design. That's why we are using CAD. So CAD means is a new technology. So with the help of CAD, we can easily create the and modify analysis of new design. So next we see about roles. So roles in CAD design aspect, accurately you can generate and modify the graphical representations of any product design. So you can easily generate and also you can easily modify the products. And also user can really view the actual product on the screen and to easily to make the modification of it to present the ideas on the screen without any prototype, especially during the early stages of design process. This is very important. So in early stages you have to develop a new product means without any product you can easily generate the 3D representation based on your ideas. Okay, so normally in CAD we are using static and dynamic and natural frequency analysis we are using, and also we are using heat transfer analysis and plate flow analysis as well as classic analysis also we are using. So all the details is to be recorded and recall the information with consistency and speed. So this is the biggest role in CAD because you are developing new design, but it is not be recorded means it is again you have to come to into first initial stage to last. But it will be recorded means you can take any year. That is very main role. So next, the product data management system can store the whole design and processing history of certain product for further use and upgrades. So once the market is accept your design means over a period then you have to upgrade your design. So that purpose the product data management will be very useful. So next one is CAD design process. These are all the steps we are following. So conventional design process without computer we are creating the models with the manual drawing and we give the presentation. But in CAD same things we are following, but we are using computer. So we are using computer design means we can easily generate the high accuracy levels. So you can easily analyze the engineering analysis like stress, strain, force, impact, etc. What all things you require, you have to analyze very accurate manner, but very less time. But if you are analyzing manual means it will take long time. So the product development cycle will take large time. Okay. So based on that analysis, you can easily get the result within a few minutes. You can easily analyze the design and you can analyze evaluate the new models. So automated drafting is very useful in computer design, but in conventional design process it is not do that. Okay. So application of CAD is nowadays CAD is used in all the applications. I am listed out very few of the applications: mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical electronics engineering, textile engineering, biomedical industries. Uh, on even though agriculture industry also they are using CAD. Agriculture industries in automatic motor on off systems with the help of CAD only they are developing. Okay. So the main advantages of CAD is you can easily edit the any models you can easily generate high quality of product. The storage of the background work is occupies a very less space. You can easily generate the 3D models. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. So next video you will see about CAD system architecture. So all of you subscribe to my channel and press the bell button. Thank you.